enough to tell us what a man did. You've got to tell us who he was.
If I hadn't been very rich, I might have been a really great man. I'm Charles Foster King!
My father's no different than any other powerful man who's responsible for other people.
If I had this part in the picture, it puts me right back up on top again.
This Hollywood big shot's gonna give you what you want.
He says there's no chance.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
You know my father. Men are coming here to kill him.
Now you want to get mixed up in the family business?
I thought you weren't going to become a man like your father.
I never wanted this for you.
Freedom, you're my older brother, and I love you. But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again. Ever.
Michael, do you renounce Satan and all his works?
I do renounce him. Don't ask me about my business, Kate.
Is it true?
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
There is a man arrived in Casablanca on his way to America. Victor Laszlo.
Laszlo? The Nazis have been chasing him all over Europe.
Laszlo must never reach America. He stays in Casablanca.
I'm a saloon keeper. The problems of the world are not in my department. Why did you come back? You tell me why you ran out on me at the railway station?
If you only knew the truth.
I wouldn't believe you no matter what you told me.
You are our last hope. If you don't help us, Victor Laszlo will die.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine. In Casablanca, human life is cheap.
Play it once, Sam. Play as time goes by.
You must remember this. A kiss is just a kiss.
I hate this war so much. I don't know what's right any longer.
I just sometimes wonder if it's worth all this. I mean, what you're fighting for. Might as well question why we breathe.
You knew how much I loved you. How much I still loved you.
He's looking at you, kid.
Why does he have to make it so hard on himself?
If you beat Trigger Ray, you'll get a shot at the title. You feel that way?
There's no one else around who wants to fight me. They're all afraid.
I've done a lot of bad things, Joey. Maybe it's coming back to me.
screaming for more.
Make a musical.
Sure, make a musical.
Good morning, good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning to you.
What do you think of me?
I liked it.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feel, and I'm happy again. I'm singing and dancing in the rain.
The show must go on.
Before Casablanca, before Titanic, before The Notebook, there was Gone with the Wind.
Fiddly-dee. War, war, war. This war talk's spoiling all the fun at every party this spring. I get so bored I can scream. Who's there? That's Red Butler. Sir, you are no gentleman.
And you, miss, are no lady.
Don't you want to marry me?
I'm going to marry Melanie.
But you can't. None of you care for me. I can't think of anything bad enough to call it.
Here's a soldier of the South who loves you, Scarlett. Wants to feel your arms around him. Wants to carry the memory of your kisses into battle with him. Scarlett, kiss me. Kiss me. Once.
I didn't know it. Please believe me. You must care.
I love you more than I've ever loved any woman. And I've waited longer for you than I've ever waited for any woman. It was my privilege to know him and to make him known to the world. He was a poet, a scholar, and a mighty warrior.
What is your name?
My name is for my friends.
Come on, man!
Do you think I'm just anybody, Ali? Do you?
I'd make sure it's known the company's in business. I'd see that it had a certain panache. That's what I'm good at. Not the work. Not the work. The presentation. Kielbasa sausage, cheeses, beluga caviar. And of course, who could live without German cigarettes? Get me as many as you can find. Some more fresh fruit. The real rarities, oranges, lemons, pineapples. I need several boxes of Cuban cigars, the best. And dark unsweetened chocolate, not in the shape of ladyfingers. It's a chunk of chocolate, big as my hand. You sample at wine tastings. 900, no, make it 10 for Wednesday. And all this stuff here goes to Majesty's factory. I lost a worker. I expect to be compensated.
He's on the list.
He is? Well, let's find him.
Stern! 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 Itzhak, Stern!
Stop the train! He's here! Stop the train!
Stop the train!
I woke up from a dream this morning. I was broke and sharing a room with 12 people I didn't know.
Who will want to start, huh? Do you have any questions, sir? Yeah, well, it's top down. I'm fucking freezing. What's your name?
Your card, too!
These in your pocket.
I have to find every rag, bury it up here, burn it.
The list is life. All around its margins lies the gulf.
Vertigo, a feeling of dizziness, a swimming in the head. Figuratively, a state in which all things seem to be engulfed in a whirlpool of terror, as created by Alfred Hitchcock in the story that gives new meaning to the word suspense.
I don't want to die. There's someone inside me, and she says I must die. Scotty, don't let me go.
A beautiful girl haunted by the desperate, unexplainable urge to destroy herself. A man possessed by the paralyzing vertigo that made him afraid of high places.
Easy now.
Oh, no. Well, this is a cinch. Here, I look up, I look down. I look up, I look...
What was the strange attraction that brought these two together, in spite of the dark forces that tore them apart? The specter from the past that drew her to the ancient headstone in the mission graveyard. The compulsion that drove her relentlessly to the point of no return. The story of a love so powerful it broke down all barriers between past and present, between life and death, between the golden girl in the dark tower and the tawdry redhead that he tried to remake in her image.
If I let you change me, will that do it? If I do what you tell me, will you love me?
Yes.
All right. All right, then I'll do it. Because I don't care anymore about me.
You be?
If you please, I am Dorothy. In Kansas anymore.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
I'm not afraid of her.
I'll see you reach the wizard.
See the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And here he is, the Wizard of a Wiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz.
Won't you take me with you?
Why, of course I will.
Hooray! Because of the wonderful things he does.
Tigers and bears. Oh, my. My little party's just beginning. Bring me that girl and her dog. Now fly!
I'm trying to get home to you, Annie. We've come such a long way. The wizard will fix everything.
We want to see the wizard.
Bust my buttons!
Put 'em up, put 'em up.
There's no place like home.
I am I. Step forward. I'm scared.
Come on.
From the thrilling pages of life rides a man you must fear and respect. A man whose unconquerable will and boundless determination carved a lusty, rough, and boisterous slice of history called The Searchers. It's John Wayne as Ethan Edwards, who had a rare kind of courage. The courage that simply keeps on, far beyond all reasonable endurance, never thinking of himself as martyred, never thinking of himself as brave.
So we'll find him in the end, I promise you. We'll find him.
Here is a story of a man, hard and relentless, tender and passionate, of people who dared to challenge a hostile land. Here is drama of great love and aching loneliness.
I found him. I found Lucy.
What you saw was a buck wearing Lucy's dress. I found Lucy back in the canyon.
What was she?
What do you want me to do? Draw you a picture? Spell it out? Don't ever ask me. As long as you live, don't ever ask me more.
And if you don't hear my first holler, you better read my mind, because I don't aim to raise no two hollers on any subject at hand.
Yes, sir.
Boy, watch that knife.
Go, Martin, please.
Stand aside, Martin.
No, you don't, Ethan. Ethan, no, you don't!
Stand aside. Looks like you got yourself surrounded.
Yeah, and I figure on getting myself unsurrounded. Let's go!
Somewhere in space, this may all be happening right now. 20th Century Fox and George Lucas, the man who brought you American Graffiti, now bring you an adventure unlike anything on your planet. Star Wars.
Here they come. Coming in too fast!
The story of a boy, a girl, and a universe. It's a big, sprawling space saga of rebellion and romance. It's a spectacle, light years ahead of its time.
I am C-3PO, human cyborg relations, and this is my counterpart, R2-D2.
Hello.
No soldiers, no soldiers!
It's an epic of heroes
Good luck.
and villains and aliens from 1,000 worlds. Star Wars, 1 billion years in the making, and it's coming to your galaxy this summer.
Here we have a quiet little motel, when in fact it has now become known as the scene of the crime.
You have a vacancy?
Oh, we have 12 vacancies.
You know, this is the first place that looks like it's hiding from the world.
I think that we're all in our private traps, clamped in them. And none of us can ever get out.
Is anyone at home? Oh, that must be my mother.
Is anything wrong?
Am I acting as if there's something wrong?
She's not missing so much as she's run away.
Put me down. Mother! Oh, God! Mother!
What are you running away from?
She looked like a wrong one to you?
It's not as if she were a maniac. She just goes a little mad sometimes.
Why, she wouldn't even harm a fly.
Give me your answer. I am crazy all for the love of you.
The 9000 series is the most reliable computer ever made. We are all foolproof and incapable of error.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I
Hedda Harper speaking. I'm talking from the bedroom of Norma Desmond. Don't bother with a rewrite, man. Take this direct. Ready? As day breaks over the murder house.
Yes, you'll read the big black headlines about Norma Desmond and this Hollywood scandal. But you'll never read the true story about the rest of us who were part of it. Me, for instance, Joe Gillis, a promising young writer from Dayton, Ohio. And Betty, that nice kid I met at a Hollywood party, who knew nothing about me, but knew what she wanted. Don't you love Artie?
Of course I love him. I always will. I'm just not in love with him anymore.
What happened?
You did?
Well, we should have lived happily ever after, like they do in the movies. But this was different, because this is a Hollywood story about the people who make the movies. The little ones that you never hear of, like Betty and me. The great ones, like Cecil B. DeMille. All those who knew Norma Desmond, a strange woman who left her mark on all of us who crossed her path. Has it ever occurred to you that I may have a life of my own, that there may be some girl that I'm crazy about?
Who? Some car hop or dress extra?
What I'm trying to say is that I'm all wrong for you. You want a Valentino, somebody with polo ponies, a big shot.
What you're trying to say is you don't want me to love you. Say it. Say it.
Gloria Swanson, one of the great personalities of this generation in a role that comes to an actress once in a lifetime. Rising to the heights, William Holden creates a startling portrayal. And a new star is born in Sunset Boulevard, Miss Nancy Olson.
Joe? Where are you? What's this all about?
Why don't you come out and see for yourself? The address is 10,086 Sunset Boulevard.
Yes, come out to see for yourself the film that reaches a new milestone of dramatic daring. The film that every critic says is a giant among motion pictures.
Benjamin.
Hello, Mrs. Robinson.
Hey, Ben. Elaine's coming down from Berkeley soon. I want you to call her up. But
you won't ever take Elaine out, will you? I want you to promise me that. Benjamin, I thought I made myself perfectly clear about this.
I have no intention of ever taking your precious daughter out again in our life, so don't get upset about it.
You're the first person I could stand to be with.
I'm glad.
Keep Elaine away from you. I am prepared to tell her everything.
I just don't believe you would do that.
Try me.
That woman, that older woman that I told you about?
Benjamin, will you just tell me what this is all about?
philosophy of life. Do it to him before he does it to you. What do you want?
Your gun.
We got the fattest piers and the fattest harbor in the world. Everything moves in and out, we take our cut.
Come on, I better get you home. There's too many guys around here with only one thing in their mind. Am I gonna see you again?
What for? I really don't.
Ah, come on. Come on. Edie.
Father, who'd want to kill Joey? Who'd want to kill Joey?
Now listen, you know who the pistols are. You're going to keep still until they cut you down one by one? Get a doctor!
Stay away from me!
Talk yourself in the river.
Look, who are you? I told you, George, I'm your guardian angel.
What is it you want, Barry? You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Welcome home, Mr. Bailey.
Sentimental hogwash.
I wish I had $1 million. Mr. and Mrs. Martini, welcome home.
This is what I wished for.
You see, George, you really had a wonderful life.
Merry Christmas!
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right. That's right.
Los Angeles, 1937. There are lots of guys like J.J. Gittes. They're easy to find, if you want to find them.
Mr. Gittes, have we ever met?
Well, no.
Never?
Never.
Since you agree with me that we've never met before, you must also agree with me that I've never hired you to do anything, certainly not spy on my husband. I don't get tough with anyone, Mr. Gittes. My lawyer does.
You do your job. And sometimes you find the answers to questions that should never be asked. Or you find out what happens to people who ask them.
Hold it there, kitty cat.
You're a very nosy fellow, kitty cat, huh? You know what happens to nosy fellows?
I dislike the word cheat.
Did you have affairs?
Mr. Gittes.
Did he know about it? Where were you when your husband died? You were seeing someone too. For very long?
I don't see anyone for very long, Mr. Gittes. It's difficult for me.
Mr. Gittes, you're dealing with a disturbed woman who's just lost her husband. I don't want her taken advantage of.
Jake. I'm doing you a favor. Come on, Jake.
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
You get tough. You get tender. You get close to each other. Maybe you even get close to the truth. Jack Nicholson and Faye Dunaway in a Robert Evans production of a Roman Polanski film, Chinatown.
Not since Scarface, so much action. Not since the Marx Brothers, so much comedy. Not since the 7-Year Itch, so much Maryland. The best picture this year will also be the funniest.
Good night, sugar. Good night, honey.
There's one thing sure, boy never met girl like this before. You've never laughed more at sex, or a picture about it.
You stay here as long as you like.
Jack may have beaten Tony to the sugar, but not for long.
You're not giving yourself a chance. Don't fight it. Relax.
Hear Maryland sing the fabulous songs of the Roaring Twenties on the United Artists Soundtrack Album.
Get aboard, Ma.
Well, goodbye. Good luck.
Hold it, Al. Ain't you going with us?
I'd like to. There's something going on out there in the West, and I'd like to try and learn what it is. If you feel you got the room.
We lived here 50 years, same place.
Everybody's got to get off. Everybody's leaving, going out to California.
Sometimes they do something to you. They hurt you and you get mad and then you get mean. And they hurt you again and you get meaner and meaner. Till you ain't no boy nor man anymore, just a walking chunk of mean mad.
I don't know whether it was good or bad. It don't matter much. If I was to pray, I'd pray for folks that's alive and don't know which way to turn.
People living like pigs and good rich land laying fallow. Or maybe one guy with 1 million acres and 100,000 farmers starving. And I've been wondering if...
Tommy, you're not even to kill nobody.
No, Ma, not that. That ain't it. It's just... Well, as long as I'm an outlaw anyways, maybe I can do something. Maybe I can just find out something. Just scrounge around and maybe find out what it is that's wrong. Maybe it's like Casey says. The fella ain't got a soul of his own, just a little piece of a big soul.
I'm keeping him. You can't tell. Not even Mom. What's happening? I don't know. Something scary. You look great!
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. E.T. phone home. E.T. phone home. It's too bumpy. We'll have to walk from here. You gotta find it. E.T. Stay with me. I love you.
Where are we going?
Follow me! I'll be right here.
I'm simply defending Tom Robinson. There's been some talk that I shouldn't do much about defending this man.
Then why are you doing it?
If I didn't, I couldn't hold my head up in town.
To Kill a Mockingbird, for the first time ever on Blu-ray High Def, celebrate the 50th anniversary of one of the most beloved and critically acclaimed films of all time.
You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view.
Winner of 3 Academy Awards.
Miss Jean Louise, stand up. Your father's passing.
Including Best Actor Gregory Peck as Atticus Finch, the AFI #1 hero in film history.
All men are created equal.
Now remastered in high definition with extensive film and audio restoration.
Atticus, do you think Boo Radley ever really comes and looks in my window at night?
And loaded with unforgettable bonus features.
Hey, Boo.
Experience this true American classic like never before.
In the name of God, do your
Gentleman will raise his right hand. You solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely without purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which you are about to enter. So help you God. So help you God.
I do.
I know Jefferson Smith, and I will personally vouch for him.
There's been a big mistake.
Why don't you tell the people the truth for a change?
You're not a senator. You're an honorary stooge.
This country is bigger than the Taylors, or you, or me, or anything else. Great principles don't get lost once they come to light. They're right here. You just have to see them. Somebody will listen to me.
I mean it. If you won't go with me now, I'll be on that train when it leaves here.
I've got to stay.
A terror-stricken town left him to face 4 killers, single-handed, at high noon. With every swing of the pendulum, with every second, a man's life ticked away. Never have so few moments held such excitement.
Miller! What kind of woman are you? How can you leave him like this? Does the sound of the guns frighten you that much?
Davis, ever since I've been on the set, I've heard nothing but discussion of Eve. May I have your opinion of her?
The golden girl, the cover girl, the girl next door, the girl on the moon. Time's been very good to Eve. Life goes where she goes. She's been profiled, covered, revealed, reported. What she wears and where and when, whom she knows and where she was and when and where she's going. Eve has insatiable ambition and talent. An improbable person with a contempt for humanity, an inability to love or be loved.
But how can such a woman fool so many?
How does any Eve do it? She's a girl of so many interests.
Pretty rare quality these days.
A girl of so many rare qualities.
So she seems.
So you've pointed out so often. So many qualities so often. Her loyalty, efficiency, devotion, warmth, and affection, and so young. So young and so fair. Eve, my understudy.
Didn't you know?
Of course I knew.
Just slipped your mind.
Find out.
Only thing. What I go after, I want to go after. I don't want it to come after me.
Don't get up. And please stop acting as if I were the Queen Mother. I'm sorry I didn't
Outside of a beehive, Margot, your behavior would hardly be considered either queenly or motherly.
You're in a beehive, pal, didn't you know? We're all busy little bees, full of stings, making honey day and night. Aren't we, honey? Very touching, very Academy of Dramatic Arts.
That bitter cynicism of yours is something you've acquired since you left Radcliffe.
That cynicism you refer to, I acquired the day I discovered I was different from little boys.
Come on, get up. I'll buy you a drink.
I'll admit I may have seen better days, but I'm still not to be had for the price of a cocktail. Like a salted peanut.
What's so funny?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Everything. Everything's so funny.
You're a smart insurance man, aren't you, Mr. Knapp?
Well, I've been at it 11 years.
Doing pretty well?
It's a living.
You handle just automobile insurance or all kinds?
All kinds.
Accident insurance?
Are we an insurance company or just a bunch of dim-witted amateurs? Every month, hundreds of claims come to this desk. Some of them are phonies, and I know which ones.
I was thinking about my husband. Could I get an accident policy for him without bothering him at all? All the worry would be over.
Goodbye, Mrs. Dietrichson.
What's the matter?
You want to knock him off, don't you?
Get out of here.
You bet I'll get out of here, baby. I'll get out of here, but quick.
Hello?
What do you want me to do?
I want you to be nice to me.
They're not going to hang you because you're going to do it, and I'm going to help you. It's going to be perfect, you understand? Straight down the line.
This is it, Walter.
I'm not hysterical. I'm not even crying. But I have the awful feeling that something's wrong.
There's something wrong with the Dietrichson case.
Maybe it was suicide.
No, not suicide. But not an accident either.
You don't know Keyes. Once he gets his teeth into something, he never lets go.
We went into this together and we're coming out at the end together. It's straight down the line for both of us. Remember?
Whether it's love or hate doesn't matter. They can't keep away from each other. They may think it's twice as safe because there are two of them. But it isn't twice as safe. It's 10 times twice as dangerous. They've committed a murder.
What's the matter? Aren't you going to kiss me?
Everyone gets everything he wants. I wanted a mission, and for my sins, they gave me one.
You have orders. Report to ComSec Intelligence at Nha Trang.
Your mission is to proceed up the Nung River in a Navy patrol boat. Pick up Colonel Kurtz's path at New Mung Ba. Follow it, learn what you can along the way. When you find the colonel, infiltrate his team by whatever means available, and terminate the colonel's command.
Terminate with extreme prejudice.
Horror has a face, and you must make a friend of horror. Horror and moral terror are your friends. If they are not, then they are enemies to be feared.
He's got something in mind for you. Aren't you curious about that? I'm curious.
You have no right to call me a murderer. You have a right to kill me, but you have no right to judge me. Horror.
This is Samuel Spade. Now, what can I do for you, Mr. Cairo?
I'm trying to recover ornament that, shall we say, has been mislaid.
You're not hiring me to do any murders or burglaries, but simply to get it back.
There's a girl wants to see you. Mr. Spade told me about your offer for the Falcon.
After what happened to Floyd, I'm afraid to touch it except to turn it over to somebody else. What exactly did happen to Floyd?
Have you any conception of how much money can be got for that blackbird?
I know the value in human life you people put on it. Hey, what's this bird, this falcon that everybody's all steamed up about?
She didn't tell you what it is?
You saw Joe this morning?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I've got to keep in touch with all the loose ends of this dizzy affair if I'm ever going to make heads or tails of it.
Be careful.
If I do this and get away with it, you'll have something on me that you can use whenever you want to.
And you deliver the Falcon to me.
What would you see to $250,000? You aren't trying to strong on me, are you, Tom?
It'd pay you to play along with us a little, Spade. You got away with this and you got away with that, but you can't keep it up forever.
The only chance I've got of catching them and tying them up and bringing them in is by staying as far away as possible from you and the police because you'd only gum up the works. You getting this all right, son, or am I going too fast for you?
You may have the Falcon, but we certainly have you.
He tried to attack me.
You filthy liar! Police will be here any minute. Now talk.
Oh, why do you accuse
this? There's no time for that schoolgirl act. We're both of us sitting under the gallows. What is it? The stuff that dreams are made of.
If anything in this life is certain, if history's taught us anything, it says you can kill anyone.
Is it worth it?
My father taught me many things here. He taught me, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Godfather is a term of affection, one of respect.
This is the business we've chosen.
I mean, you've won. You want to wipe everybody out?
I don't feel I have to wipe everybody out, Tom. Just my enemies.
One of those.
morning, Miss Ratchet.
Okay, move it up.
Mr. Ferguson, just be careful now. Juice.
Okay, my friend. Let's go.
R.P. McMurphy.
What's the bid?
Pot.
Take the ball. That's it. Hold on to it. Not too hard, Chief. You'll crush all the air out of it.
Hey, what the hell's going on here? Oh,
Well, Mr. McMurphy, what you're asking is that we change a very carefully worked out schedule.
Change never hurt, huh?